climate to, and we're not a minimum builder. We don't build to the minimum code. We build to our own code. So that's really, it's led with, we give very little callbacks with our home. We have very small punch lists of things that we need to correct our deficiencies. So that's really played in part of some of our success. So, to us, it's just another day at the office. We absolutely love what we do. So there hasn't been overly well.
Come
I'll
on.
rephrase this. Yes,
Come on.
this winter has been tough. The
Yeah.
snow has been challenging. The weather's been challenging. But it's nothing, hindsight's 2020. We're just looking forward and building in rural Nova Scotia, you're gonna, there's no way you can control every factor. So you just
No.
gotta do your best, right?
Sucks building in urban Halifax, let alone rural.
Yes. Yeah, at least you could go to the Tim Hortons and get,
Right?
no, but every spot has their challenges. Like in the city, you're fighting for space and housing your materials and theft and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff in the city. Out here, it's we have weather, we have longer delivery times. Like we just can't sometimes just go run and grab some items that we're missing. It's a trip into the city, and when you're paying the guys 30 plus dollars an hour to go, if you miss something, it's
Yeah.
it's a couple hours of driving gas, and everybody's on site kind of waiting for them to get
Yep.
back. So as further you get away from those cities, those city centers, you get some challenges, right? So
You're getting ready to hand off how many houses are you getting ready to hand deliver? 2 or 4?
to this in the next 60 days we hope to have
Okay.
these people in.
Great. So, and these are your first 2 you're handing off. We've gone from, you mentioned when you try to keep it at 570 under 600K, which is you're actually under the average Halifax price of 600K. That's tended to be where Halifax is the last few years. How involved have the clients been in the build themselves?
Um, Decently involved, right? So there's, we handle a lot, but I do want to get them as involved as possible. Like they only are going to deal with me and my crew for about 10-month process on average to get their home built, and then they'll be in their home for the rest of their lives. So this is like, creating the space is part of the journey that I think is really important for clients to be a part of. And when they are part of it, like, it's there's kind of two things. There's built and bought, right? So let's say you're doing a hot rod, right? So you go buy a hot rod, 1971 Boss Mustang, it's all completed. You'll pay $100,000. But if you and your father build this car and put your love into it and part of the process and deal with some of the trials and tribulations of it, then it becomes something a little more special. So we're limited in what we can do with our clients, but we try to involve them as much as we can, right?
Okay, so when you say you're trying to involve them, like I know for a fact you're doing the painting of one, right? Because you guys are gonna do that with them because they're family friends. Is there anything else that people are doing that they're willing to take on themselves to help bring these costs down?
We have some of the other clients that this year. So, we're in one case, we're going to be doing a house with a detached garage. Now,
Okay,
the husband client, he's handy, but he's not fully versed in like framing, building, and all that. So, in this case, we're going to frame up his garage, wrap it, and he's going to do his own vinyl siding.
good for him.
So just to keep his costs down, he's comfortable with that. And also, like, so I'm really trying to encourage the clients to say, hey, if you think you can kind of take this on, give it a try. And if
Right.
you need help, me and my
We're
carpenters are on
still on
site.
we're still on site. We're building
Well,
another
yeah,
100 of these things. We're still
yeah. So
Yeah.
like we're only one lot over. If you need a hand with something, we're here to support you. We're here to make sure that you're successful. And also, that's the number one way, as you know, Jason, to is put that sweat equity into your own home.
Yeah.
That's gonna, and I just meeting you, we
Yeah.
shared some stories about your Wolfville host and what you've
Oh
done
god,
there.
you should see the before pictures. They're fucking traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, and now, like, your confidence is up after you've done it, that, like, now, hey, I've done this, I've GC'd it, there's certain things you need skilled trades to come and do, but, you know, uh, trying and failing is not a bad thing, right?
No.
And if you need a little help or, and YouTube has been great as well nowadays, can almost learn anything with that. And if you have a little bit of handy bone in your body there. So, it's okay to try and fail. And if you need help, if you have those supports, then call them in and don't be afraid to call in some help, right? So yeah, so I'm really trying to get my clients involved. Our build for 2027 that we have slotted in is a young family that want to build. They're going to start the process of selling their home and whatnot, but basically he wants to GC it himself, which I'm totally,
Wow.
yeah, totally, like, open to it. That, my company will probably provide, um, uh
Excavation. I'm gonna get some landscaping.
yeah, and
Yeah.
excavation, foundation, framing, weather tight. That's a
Okay.
great way to do it, because once you're weather tight, you can kinda slow down a little bit, right? The pressure's off, like, it's always a race to get your house weather tight, get the weather out of it.
Fun side story. My father-in-law listens to this, and he's built a few houses in his time. And when we bought our house, the first thing he said to me was, "You need new windows, you need new doors." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, I know. Don't worry." He said, "No, no, no, no. You want to do the outside first because you can do the inside later."
Absolutely.
I ignored that
Yes.
completely. I was like, "I'm living in it. Like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
let's get this inside done." And we are still not all weather tight, and we know. And we installed new windows, and I just didn't finish the siding yet because I was lazy, and I just had a leak because we're not weather tight. It's a small one; it'll get fixed. But like, he now tells me every fucking time something happens to my house, he goes, "I told you weather tight," and I'm like, "I'm gonna drown you in a backyard if
Yes.
I hear weather tight." Like, I've already told him he's right. I've already told him I was wrong. I've already told him I didn't know what I've said all these things to this man, and so I'm gonna send him this fucking clip so he has it on
Yeah.
video that he's right, and he
We're
can.
hard learners, Jason. We only learn the hard way, right? We have
But
to fail to learn, right? So,
weather tight. That
yeah.
is like from there you can do whatever you want. I've now learned that weather tight. Yes.
Yeah, so, getting, this client in, our 2027 build, he'll GC it. We'll get it to weather tight. He can now slow down and, call in his favors. Everybody has a buddy electrician.
Yep.
Plumbers are a little harder to find,
Yep.
but, if you have family members that, call those favors in. This is the biggest investment of your life. If you're willing to help people, but they should be willing to help you as well. So, yeah, don't be afraid to call in some favors and see what you can do. Every dollar counts when you're building. Shaving 10% off a
Oh,
$600,000 build is 60
60
grand, right?
grand.
So, like, the little points will add up to something. And, so yeah, so he wants to GC this himself. He has some contacts that once we have it weather tight, he wants to jump in and do, basically all the other items. And then when it gets to the finishes, he's decently handy. So he wants to do his own um, flooring trim,
Well,
and
that just helped his cost come way down. That's
absolutely.
just like that's what makes homeowner that can make that new build really accessible.
It's unfortunately in Nova Scotia is everything is so expensive, like, I don't know, I can't go out and get a cheeseburger for like, under $25 nowadays. It's just,
Yeah.
it's gone insane.
Yeah.
And also, and skilled labor is in more and more demand. So the skilled labor cost is going up and up and up. So if there's things you're willing to do, if you're willing to learn, it goes a long way. And, yeah, there's lots of resources for people to do that.
Here's a question. So you're now 3 to 4 years into this project. You've had this vision for almost 30 years, 40 years, something like that. Is it how for you, how's it how's it feel seeing where you're at today compared to where you were when you started? Are you on track for where you want to be? Are you like excited by where you want to be? Is this everything that you thought it would be and more?
Well, I'm enjoying the process 100%, but I'm totally cursed. I only can see what is not done. I
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I am that I'm just that kind of guy. I always have been. No matter what I do, I don't take a second to. There's no pat on the back for me. I only can see the work I have to do. So
Okay.
we've done a ton of work there. I have these moments where I'm like, oh wow, it's really nice here. But they're very short lived because I'm just back to work and I'm concentrating on what's the next job we got to do. So
Right.
that's my curse. It's always been
Can't
like that.
can't take a second.
I'm always moving forward, right? So but yes, there is times in this process like, just uh, taking a breath, smelt the roses and kind of, looked around, had a quick smile, but it's back to work pretty quick here.
When what's let me okay. Let me when it's all said and done, you build the final house, the whole subdivision's been developed. What's that look like to you? And you've done it. You've done all the work. What's that like end goal for Boulder Ridge? And what are you building for the community and what are you building for people that are going to buy these homes from you? Don't worry, I know you're busy. That's okay.
No, I'm just clicking them away here. Somehow all
Tell
my
me it's not
what
Nova Scotia Power. You can take that call.
yeah, it wasn't. I would have answered that one, Jason. You know where I'm at with those guys waiting for them. So the end goal, that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever even thought about it. I don't know. I just see a thriving community. I see, I'm just looking right now.